What's up, Tiger fans? It's Morgan here with the Morgan Thomas Show, and today I'm going to do another recruiting video. This time we're highlighting Jahiem Lawson from Daniel High School, who was recently given an offer, according to his Twitter account. Before we get into the video, make sure you like the video and you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit the notification button so you can stay up to date on all of our exclusive Clemson content we put out every single week. All right, Jahiem Lawson, little brother of Shaq Lawson, former Clemson star player who went to the NFL. He's listed as a weak side defensive end, 6'4", 215 pounds, out of the class of 2022 from Central South Carolina and D.W. Daniel High School that's right there in Clemson. Very familiar. The Sweeney boys went there, the Venables boys went there, and a lot of coaches' sons and other players that have come up through the ranks that have done so well, were born and bred in the state of South Carolina, come from D.W. Daniel High School. So a lot of good talent from the high school, even though it's a relatively small one compared to the other ones in the state and maybe around the country. But state champions, and they do have a great defensive end, and that is Jahiem Lawson. He hasn't had an offer from Clemson. Not really sure why Clemson didn't offer Jahiem Lawson earlier, but he is one of the best defensive ends in the state and a big factor for D.W. Daniel and their reason for doing so well this year. Now, he does currently have 9 total offers, and I'll give you the list here. You've got Coastal Carolina, East Carolina, Georgia Tech, Liberty, Middle Tennessee State, Missouri, Syracuse, Western Kentucky, and now finally the Clemson Tigers have offered him as well. A 3-star overall player that his last offer was from back in February. So it's been a while since he's had a new offer, and this will be probably the biggest offer on his list. He does have some other Power 5 names in there, but nothing compares to that of Clemson. Can he come in and be a big factor like his bigger brother? Only time will tell. If he commits to Clemson, it would be a good get for the Tigers because they definitely need to add more freshmen to their defensive line class this year and next year, the way things are going. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Huddle.com and see what kind of player you're going to get if Jahiem Lawson commits to your university. All right, here we go. You can see him line up on the outside there to the right, around the right tackle, very quick. Good wrap up to get to the quarterback there for the sack. Again, he lines up right in front of the left tackle this time, unblocked and very quick to the backfield. The running back had about 3 or 4 steps before he was there to tackle him. Another lineup to the outside here, around the left tackle, continues with the play and chases down the quarterback there. Definitely something you can see from the beginning. You can see his speed there. Here, now to the right side, so he can line up on either side. I will say that from first glance, it looks like he definitely likes to go to the outside. You don't see many moves to the inside on the first couple of film, but then there he goes. He moves to the inside to wrap up the running back. Like he was called for a flag there for maybe some celebration. Here he is standing up. The play doesn't go his direction, but he has the speed to chase down the running back. Really good display of speed there for number 8. Another one where he creeps to the inside next to the defensive tackle there and then just quickly bounces to the outside, but is disciplined enough to understand that it's not a traditional play. It's a screen play. He stays back and gets the tip drill for the pick 6 there. Good play. Again, got good awareness of where the football is. Likes to use his speed, though, a little bit, not as big as what you're normally used to, I guess, for defensive end from Clemson. He is 6'4", which is not a bad thing, but 230, 225, little light for typical defensive ends that you see, but definitely there using his speed. Somebody that you could almost see as a mix of defensive end and linebacker. Maybe somebody that could even potentially be a hybrid, almost someone who could come in on blitz type plays, or even special team plays and get blocks. Maybe we see a special team block here. Yep. Sneaks through and gets the block. Again, he's very quick off the snap, gets to the backfield very quick. This is some of his senior highlights from Daniel High School, again in Central. Now he's standing up to the outside. Again, majority of his film is showing him just making one move to the outside and using his speed. So he's extremely confident in his first step. He's extremely confident in using his speed. If he comes to Clemson, he'll have to learn how to utilize more than just that, more than just his speed to get to the back, get to the backfield. Again, one move around the outside and to the quarterback. So you see sprinkled in some things on the inside, but majority of his films going to the outside. Here's again to the right tackle, stays home, follows the ball, keeps his eyes very aware of where the ball is, and brings down the quarterback. It looks like he forces a fumble there as well. Here's one where he's playing to the outside, a left tackle standing up, takes on the left tackle directly, comes off of him to the outside, tackles him, wraps up. Seems to have good fundamentals. Obviously, if your brother is a successful football player, you're going to be able to tap into his experience and his knowledge of the game. And also, that will help him as he continues to develop. All right, so that was the film from Huddle.com on Jahiem Lawson, newly minted Clemson offeree, I guess you could say. He now has an offer from the Tigers, and we'll look to see what he'll do on signing day, the first Wednesday of February. When you look at Lawson size compared to other players that are out there that are top performers in college football right now, Michigan's Aiden Hutchinson, 6'6", 265. Iowa State, a guy who is going to be playing against the Tigers in the bowl game, Will McDonald, their sack leader, defensive end, 6'4", 245. So if Jahiem Lawson's 6'4", 230, 225, he could, if he's 215, he seems like he's lighter than 230, according to 24/7. We're seeing 230. Seems like he's lighter than that. I would say more around the 215 mark. Doesn't seem like he's up there in the 235 mark where you see, say, James Skalski or Balin Spector yet, but he could get there. Will McDonald, again, a guy who is doing really well for the Cyclones, has 11.5 sacks and 22 total tackles, and I think that he could match up size-wise to him. Another guy who is a little bit undersized but doing really well in college football, Colin Oliver from Oklahoma State, 11.5 sacks, 20 solo tackles. He's another guy that I would say is on a mix between defensive end and linebacker. And then you look at somebody who Clemson already has, their star defensive end, Miles Murphy, 6'5", 275. So Murphy is on the other end of the spectrum. I would say 50 to 60 pounds heavier than Jahiem Lawson right now. Can Lawson gain that much mass and muscle weight in just a year? I don't really see it. I don't really see that happening. So I think it would be more than the 235, 245 range is what you could expect from him to make in his first year. Now, maybe later on he could, but it all depends on if his body can handle that. From the way I'm looking at the film, seems like a hybrid type guy, defensive end, linebacker, somebody's going to go to the outside and get the blitz when you need it the most. And we know that Clemson is going to continue to attack and be aggressive on defense per Wes Goodwin, the new co-defensive coordinator. So Jahiem Lawson can definitely be a factor in that as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree? Do you think Jahiem Lawson should commit to Clemson? Is he a good player from the film that you see? Do you like what you see from him, or should Clemson go somewhere else? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel.